What's going on, guys? Sirlionhart here with a very unique video. It's not a channel update, anything like that. This is more one of those variety videos I was telling you about. So everybody that's used to my channel and surprised to see the title of this video or something like that, it's crazy, right? You never thought I'd do something like this, but recently I had to make a decision. And that decision involved dealing with a company that I kind of trash talk a lot. I had, in the past dealt with this company's products, and I kind of just dislike a lot of their, policies or whatnot. But anyway, very recently, my phone broke. You see that's a cracked screen. Look how bad that screen is. Like, I'm telling, like, when I was texting and swiping on here, I was losing 50 HP per swipe, my guy. I'm talking about I'm just taking tick damage every time I'm trying to communicate with somebody. I am emo because of this phone, because I'm cutting myself trying to text message people, trying to send people, hey, how's it going? And I'm hurting myself every time. I'm hurting myself physically and emotionally every time I'm sending these people text messages. Yes, I'm hurting myself. Look at this, man. So I said I can't deal with this. I don't want to deal with this. There's a lot of stuff I actually want to do in the future that requires me to have a really good phone. So that's another reason. It's not just this cracked phone. Another reason was, like, I want to start recording mobile game footage. And that's a whole nother story. I know I roast mobile games a lot, but I was like, you know what? This SMT Liberation game is coming out, and it looks like it has, some layers of depth, you know what I'm saying? So I might want to cover that for the channel. And there's also a couple other mobile games that I wanted to cover for the channel in the upcoming months. So I was like, you know what? I'm tired of this status element. I got to get rid of this. I got to go spend money at a shop and find a way to remedy this situation. So I went to my local phone store, Metro PCS, which is actually not a bad service. I pay like, what, 30 bucks a month, and I get unlimited texting and calling, and I pay as I go. So it's like, it's perfect. But anyway, I had to get rid of this phone. I was tired of taking damage. It was time to upgrade anyway. The phone was really bad for what I was recently trying to do. It's a piece of you know what I want to say, but I'm gonna try to keep it PG for you folks watching at home, you know what I'm saying, trying to look for a comparison video or something, which this isn't really. This is just my own personal video, just, I guess, vlogging about how I feel about my old phone and my new phone. But this is right here is a piece of crap. All right, it started off well, I only wanted it for messaging, people I knew, and just, being able to communicate, just having a phone in general, which is, I ain't gonna say necessary, but it definitely helps you stay in contact with friends and family. But the main reason why I got it was to, stay in contact with people. So I got it. I'm not a guy that, uses phones for like 8,000 million things, like playing games. Like, no, I got actual I have a 3DS, I have a Vita, I have like other dedicated mobile handheld devices for games, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't use phones for anything other than communication. All right, people use it for internet, just browsing the web. I didn't use this phone for that until recently, like I want to say a couple years ago, when there was an app for Final Fantasy 14 where you can add an extra layer of security to your, to log it in, so no one could like somehow hack you or whatever. So you just want that extra layer. So there was an app on the phone that you could get where it's like a one-time password. You have to put in your regular password and then the one-time password, and then you log in. So somebody couldn't just log in to your account unless they had that one-time password, which was cool. So it's like I'll use the phone for extra cool features like that. And I recently started using it for Discord, Twitter, and even Facebook. But like, as soon as I downloaded that second app, that Twitter app, my phone battery's life went down the drain so quick. Like, I'm talking about, if I left my phone alone with Twitter up and I left it for like 10 minutes, Like, it would go from 50 to like 35%. I'm like, wow, this is kind of ass. Like, the battery life on this phone is trash. All right, it definitely was trash. And another thing I had was like, as soon as I downloaded my like third app, everything just started running slow. And it's like the data on here, I think you could only have, I think it was only 8 gigabytes. Only 8 gigabytes of storage memory, so that was really bad too. And it was like, once I downloaded like a few more apps like Twitch, it was a wrap. My phone was like, I couldn't have more than one app open, and so it was like really bad. It's an Android phone, obviously, and it was like, it's whack. And I was like, you know what, it's time to upgrade. And I did my research. I did a lot of just, you know, comparisons, just looking at comparisons for prices and specs, and I decided, well, to get an iPhone. I got an iPhone SE, right? It's rose gold color, you know what I'm saying? This isn't a used, this isn't jailbroken, this isn't a, you know, stolen phone. No, I bought this with my money, okay? I bought this with my YouTube money. So, alright, I bought this myself. You don't have to worry about it. This didn't fall off the back of a truck. It wasn't a family discount. It was out of my own pocket from my YouTube/Twitch money. You know, it's an older model. Right now, it's an older model. Alright, he's like, wait, you didn't get the newer model? You didn't get the iPhone XXX, bro? Come on, you didn't get the iPhone virtual reality? You didn't get the iPhone eyepiece with it? Like, come on, bro, you're slipping. Aren't you a YouTuber? Don't you make YouTube money to get the latest and greatest? Like, calm down. Like, you don't need the latest and greatest, alright? You know why I got this phone? It's a mix of a lot of reasons why I got this phone. The specs are exactly where I need them to be. To actually do the things that I need to do. And on top of that, it was inexpensive. I paid, this phone when it first came out went for like 400 bucks, and I got it for like 169, 180, around 170 bucks for this phone. I trash talk Apple so much in the past. Like, I trash talk about their iPods breaking down and constantly being neat. Like, my parents went through like 5 different iPods within like 2 years because of the malfunctioning devices. Like, they would like either die out randomly, or they would lose all the music. Like, all the data would somehow magically get corrupted. And it was like, wow, I'm like, why would I want to deal with this, you know? I swore up and down the street saying Apple's whack. They're trash, their products are wackaroni and cheese. No one likes their products. You know, their products suck. They die too often. You need to upgrade them too often. They constantly just putting out higher end models like within 8 to 10 months. That's one thing I have always held against Apple products, and I said I swore them off. I'm like, I'm never gonna deal with them. But after having this phone for about 3 days, like, I'm seriously enjoying this iPhone. Like, because my old phone was a Samsung Galaxy Lite, and it did exactly what I needed to do. Mobile, you know, text messaging, you know, being able to download a few apps like Facebook and Discord. But the battery life on this thing was ass. Like, it ran very bad. Like, the processing, it would take forever to load apps on here. And the problem I had the most was, like, when I would call somebody, the call quality on this phone was pretty ass. I thought it was my service, but I actually recently, like, got done talking to my family members, like, recently on this phone, and I'm like, why does everything sound better? But like I said, I did my research. I was looking for a phone that was inexpensive but also had some pretty solid specs to it. So that's why I decided to get this right here, the iPhone, because the specs are good. It was 170 bucks. I get 32 gigabytes of freaking memory, 2 gigabytes of RAM for a phone, and then the video capture is 4K. Like, what? Yeah, this phone's camera actually captures in 4K. It's stupid. I was like, why does this need this? Why is this way cheaper than the like, this camera This phone is way cheaper than the camera that I bought like 5 years ago. The camera that I recorded like the legendary Persona 4 Golden playthrough. Yeah, I'm calling it legendary because I'm legendary, and y'all know I'm legendary for that one. All right, y'all know most of y'all wouldn't be here without that playthrough. All right. Some of y'all had some life changes because of that play. Okay, maybe I'm going a little bit too far, but all I have to say is that camera that I bought is actually worse than this camera, which is only 170. This phone was only 170 bucks, my guy. And that camera was 400 bucks. At the time it was. At the time it was 400 bucks. All right, and this phone has freaking, what is it? Something pixels, 12 megapixels. All right, and then it records 4K, 30 frames at most. But when you do 1080p, it does 60 frames. And I was looking at it earlier, I'm like, dude, this camera is OD, it's so good. Like, for a phone, like, I don't need this all in one, but I'll take it. It's making me feel bad because it's like, I bought so many things. Like, I bought a dedicated gaming, you know, handheld 3DS, you know, that, and I bought a dedicated camera, but this phone was less than both of them, and then can basically outperform them. that to me in this day and age is crazy. I love technology. I love seeing how far technology is coming. You just look at the old days. Back in my day, we used to have rock throwing parties. All right, it was a team of kids on one end and another team of kids on the other end. You know what we used to do for fun back in the day? We didn't have mobile phones. We didn't have 3DSs or Vitas. We had rocks. So we would throw them rocks at each other for fun. All right, and if you got hit, you were out. I mean, you weren't necessarily out. You can keep throwing rocks, but if you got hit and it hurt, you were probably out. So it amazes me with how far technology has come since my rock throwing days. Let me tell you, throwing rocks at each other. Oh man, I don't want to go back to those days. We got mobiles. We got mobile phones we can throw at each other now. Imagine throwing a phone at somebody just for fun. Like, I'm pretty sure people have done it. I guess eventually what will happen is I'm going to be checking out SMT Liberation, and we're going to see what the craze is all about. You know what I'm saying? For mobile gacha games. Because a lot of people I know play them. And I know somebody specifically that spent $300 and didn't get what they were looking for. And I know another person that apparently spent $2,000. I still don't believe him when he says this, but he spent $2,000? You're lying. You're there's no way. There's no way, man. There's no way you can spend $2,000. That's wild. That's either an addiction or that's what happens. That's just what happens when you play gachas. So, I mean, that's another topic for another video. I don't want to go too much into the mobile game gacha rant, because I always talk shit about mobile games, but I haven't really played them. So, in order for me to understand them, maybe I should play one. And that was my thought process when covering, you know, the new SMT Liberation game that's supposed to be coming out soon. I mean, also, and I'm thinking like, oh, SMT? It's SMT, that's free views. SMT plus mobile game gacha? That's like free views, bro. That's what I was thinking the entire time. So I'm like, hey man, I had so many reasons to get a new phone. So I was like, screw it, let me get a new phone and eventually cover SMT Liberation. So that's like one of the first mobile games that I'll probably end up doing for the channel. So look for that in the future. But like I said before, I'm really enjoying this iPhone SE. It's pretty good. It's got everything down packed. I'm enjoying it. I should have upgraded sooner, to be honest. I wish I did. But you know what? I'm glad I didn't, because I would have paid more for it. But yeah, that is it for this video. I just wanted to talk about how great this phone was. It's really fun. It's really good. And this is a piece of crap. So I can literally do this. Yeah. I always wanted to do that. I actually wanted to hit it with a hammer, but I ain't trying to clean up glass and all that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. If you guys want to see more, well, you know what to do. I'm obligated to say it at this point. Smash that fucking like button. Oh, did I say it? I'm gonna beep that out. I'm gonna beep that out. All right, we probably got some kids watching this. I apologize. I'm trying to be family friendly. Okay, I'm trying to be a little bit family friendly, and I apologize for cussing. But you know what? Maybe I won't beep it out, cause some of y'all are getting too sensitive, and y'all need to hear some of these tough words. All right, y'all need to hear some real tough words. I'll leave it at that. So if you guys did enjoy it though, please let me know in the comments, and maybe tell me what you would like to see me talk about in the future. Oh yeah. Suggest some stuff we could talk about, and maybe I'll talk about it in the video. But yeah, this has been Sirlionhart, and I still got to put up my laundry, so I'm probably gonna get to that immediately after this video. So I will see you guys later for more gameplay and whatever's next.